Hey, I'm now 6 days post-op, and even though I'm doing a Facebook Live, I'm going to treat it like a YouTube video, because I really need to update my channel. But yeah, so 6 days post-op, stage 2, pubic phalloplasty. I'm still looking like a baseball bat, but nonetheless doing pretty well. I'm weirdly more independent than I was when I had my stage 1 in ways, but obviously being left with one arm, and my left arm at that, leaves me kind of less independent in some ways, because I can't cook myself anything, or prep anything, or even butter toast. I can't even do simple things like, hold the plate while I'm eating or anything like that. I just can't use this arm for bugger all, which is becoming increasingly frustrating. So, yeah, that's not great. But on the plus side, this gets changed tomorrow, because it feels gross, to be honest. It's been on a week now. Once the dressing gets changed, it'll be below my elbow, so like here, because next week I've got to do some elbow exercises. And then the week after that, I think it's allowed to be below my wrist, so then I can do wrist exercises and so on and so on. Either way, I think this is on for at least 3 weeks minimum, if not 4. I'm not sure how it's going in terms of returning to work. I'm obviously not returning to my pub job for 6 weeks, but in terms of the DJing, I was hoping to return on the 24th of July, and I'm not sure that's possible now. But we'll see. I'm just going to see how time goes. I'm healing okay, but not any faster than expected at the moment, which is usually the case for me. So, yeah, sucks a bit, because I usually heal really, really fast. But, well, what can I do? Other than that, it's been really cool spending some time with my mum. She's been here looking after me, although she's gone home for the moment, because she's got her own life to sort out as well. But I'm okay during the days, well, until I need feeding. But luckily I've got a friend picking me up later, so I'm hoping that we're going to go somewhere that entails food and eating, because I'm absolutely starving. I think I might be wrong, but I think I've finally caught up to all my Facebook messages. I think. Knowing my luck, somebody will probably write on here now saying, you haven't replied to me still. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, I'm feeling pretty great. The only thing I'm a bit bummed by is that they sent me home with 4 days worth of painkillers, which are due to run out today. They'll finish tonight. And yet they sent me home with a week's worth of antibiotics. Makes sense. So, even though when I had the last surgery, I didn't take any painkillers, because I prefer to know how bad the pain is to know what my limits are, with this, to be honest, and sort of letting the team down a little bit, but my arm has just been too painful to avoid taking painkillers. So, yeah, I've swallowed nearly all of them, basically. But it's only paracetamol and ibuprofen that they let me out of hospital with, which is a bit shit, because I thought that they would have given me something a bit stronger, maybe, because with the ibuprofen and the paracetamol, I'm only taking the edge off of the pain, and it's not completely going away. So that does suck a tiny bit. My stomach's rumbling. So, yeah, 6 days post-op, doing really well. I've been sending photos of my new urethra to Dr. Christopher, because, as most of you are aware, I discharged myself early from hospital, and that was massively concerning for them, because they were afraid that the skin inside my penis was going to die. But so far so good. It's all still pink and it's healing really well. I'm still yet to send him a photo today, but I'll get on that as soon as I've finished with this video. But yeah, so doing amazingly well, to be fair. The only thing I'm really struggling with is sleep. Even though I strangely don't look that exhausted, I'm absolutely hanging out of my ass. Last night I fell asleep on the sofa and woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, and then got back into bed and had a further 2 hours sleep. So, yeah, not getting too much sleep and not comfortable at the best of times, thanks to this sledgehammer being on my arm. But I just can't wait for the day it goes off. I'm just thinking, 1 week is down already, a week down, like 3 weeks to go. I don't know. I'm still bleeding quite a lot down below, from my female area. And that's because the doctor, who failed to tell anyone until Wednesday, made an incision inside my vagina in preparation for the next stage or something like that. No idea why he's done that, but it's still bleeding and still quite sore. But yeah, I don't know why. But something I didn't actually explain to you guys before was that on Wednesday, I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but I didn't go on Facebook, and that was because I had a bit of a bleed out, and I didn't want to stress anyone out or panic anyone, so I didn't bother reporting it at the time. But Wednesday night sort of came around, and the doctors decided that it was probably best that I go back into surgery. So I was prepped for surgery Wednesday night, and if I'm totally honest, I was shitting myself. I'm not going to try and play the brave card. I was absolutely terrified. And even though usually things with me seem quite dandy and everything like that, it usually is, don't get me wrong, but with this I was absolutely terrified. I really didn't want to go into surgery. I was basically doing the whole I will do anything to avoid going into surgery. And then by 9 o'clock Wednesday night, after I had phoned my mum and Kellen and everyone else crying, because don't forget that I was alone as well, and that's probably what I found most terrifying about it. So after phoning everyone, the doctor came in, the actual surgeon, and he took a look down there, and he was just like, okay, he said, I think what we'll try is we'll elevate your legs and see if the bleeding stops, and if it doesn't, then we're going to have to go into surgery. If it does, then great. So how do I pee at the moment? That's probably the most common question I get asked. I pee the same way I've always peed until that they can redirect my bladder to the new urethra that's been made. There's no peeing any other way. They're not going to stitch it up before my bladder has been redirected to my penis. So that doesn't happen until stage 3. So technically, with this stage, it hasn't got me any further forward as such. I've merely caught up to everyone else that has exactly the same done in stage 1 when they use their arm or their thigh. But because I used my stomach, I had to have a second stage. Like, I had to split stage 1 into 2 surgeries because my stomach was used, and they couldn't use all the skin to make the urethra and the penis. So that's basically what this is sort of like a catch-up surgery. A bloody painful one at that. So, yeah, other than that, the most annoying part of being in hospital and having the surgery has got to be having a catheter. That's got to be the biggest pain in my ass ever. Who the hell invented those? I'd sooner piss in a bedpan or piss the bed than have a catheter in again. But I know it's going to happen. Next stage, I'm going to have a catheter in for 6 weeks, which is going to drive me absolutely nuts. So, yeah, I might show you my scars on my stomach as it goes. I'm not going to show you everything, so no need to panic. But I'll show you my stomach scars. So this is what it looks like at the minute. It's not as bad as last time. Last time, obviously, I had the scars going all the way across. This is where my drain was in. They've obviously made the incision across here and down along the top of my penis to then put the urethra in. I might try and, if I can, I might try and show you my thigh. So my thigh, not to creep anyone out, but that's all bandaged. So, yeah, that's where they've taken the skin graft from here. And it goes all the way up here. So yeah, pretty nasty at the minute, but actually, to be honest, it doesn't hurt really at all. It's just kind of like a grazing feeling. And like a stinging, burning feeling, sort of. So yeah, obviously I haven't seen my arm yet, but the surgeon basically said that when I take the bandages off on Monday in the doctor's surgery, that the skin that's been grafted there should be like a bluey, purpley colour, and if that's the case, then it's doing well. So, I don't know, I'm obviously no surgeon, and I'm definitely no doctor, but bluey purple to me would definitely have alarmed me if he hadn't told me that, which is why I'm now telling you guys, because I think it's great to know that not to panic in certain situations like that if your arm is blue. But on the plus side, he did manage to find a nerve when he took the graft off my arm, and he put the nerve inside my penis, so that will enable me to have more sensation, because before I had next to nothing. So yeah, all in all, doing pretty well. Just wanted to update you guys and sort of, I don't know, maybe educate you a little bit more with any hope. And yeah, sort of keep it at that, I think. But for now, I'm going to go because I'm going to save this video for YouTube. So I'm not going to interact too much. I'm not sure if you noticed with you guys chatting. But I will get back to your comments after this video has ended, and I'll personally comment to you. So yeah, I'll leave you guys there. Thank you for tuning in anyway and watching and checking on how I'm doing. I really appreciate the support and everything. So ciao for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.